All right, all right. So let's see what we got here today. Today, starting off, let's jump over here to the scans. I see LICY up 42%, 4 million shares traded. Behind that, SMCI up, and then SOXS, and then DJT. Now, these are all the ones that I'm seeing above like a 1% gain. You know, they're getting a little bit of action. All four of these are making it towards that 5 million mark, so they definitely got eyes on them. But we will see what ends up happening. Let's jump over here to um, the indexes and ETFs to see what they're saying for today. Today, the Direction Daily Small Cap Bear 3X ETF is green. It's not big green, but it is definitely green. It is the inverse of the market. So as the market is going downward, this one will be going up. Pro Shares Ultra Pro Short QQQ ETF is also green on the day, which is the inverse of the market. Select STR Financial Select SPDR ETF is up. It is actually not in the inverse of the market. So it's kind of a mixed bag here. So we got some with betas that are inverse to market and some that are not. And so it kind of leaves us where it's like, okay, is this thing actually going up or down? Now, if we look over on the NQ over here, we can see that yesterday this thing had quite a bit of a fall off, and I have been mapping out different structures in this thing that I've been following. You know, trading this thing up. Yesterday I took a trade on Lyft, which did not go according to plan. It was after earnings. I usually try to stay away from earnings and things. The only way to play earnings is to be in before the earnings and then be selling, you know, after the move or into selling partials into the move. But Lyft, yeah, it did not lift me on yesterday at all. But I'm now back over here looking at the markets, seeing how it made this type of flat top up here around 21,263. Made a move down from what 21,238 down here to around this level, bounce back up, and now is looking like it wants to make its way back in here. So SOXS is the one that is green on today because the markets are moving down. It had a big pop up here towards 1974 and then kind of rallied and squeezed back up here to 1950s. But it does look like it's making smaller and smaller ranges. So we'll see what happens on the open. Sometimes on Fridays, even if the idea is correct, like we're like, okay, this thing is green on the day. The SPY looks like it's going down. All these things are lining up. On Fridays, things can get very, very choppy. And we can see a lot of wicks on these. So that's why I'm like, man, the idea looks good, but maybe I need to wait until there's more volume in the market to actually participate on this. If we jump back over to the scans, we can see that right now it has about almost 5 million shares traded. The largest volume that I see right now is on Nvidia, which is red on the day. A lot of eyes on Nvidia. So we'll see what happens if you know, if there's more small caps that are gonna populate. I don't know why, but recently on Fridays we've been seeing random pop-ups, like during maybe after the first hour or you know, hour and 30 minutes, 2 hours, we see this random small cap that's just ripping. And it's like, okay, do I jump on the bandwagon and, you know, do something with this? Or am I like, why is this thing moving? A lot of times when we go and look at it, there's no catalyst, no PR, or there's very little volume on it. So it's like, I don't know. We'll see. But during today, you know, kind of just sitting back. This weekend is going to be a long weekend. I think we have, is it Veterans Day? Veterans Day. Let me see. I forget. I think it's Veterans Day. Let's see. Friday, Monday. This is November 9th. Okay, here it is. Oh yeah, holiday Veterans Day. The daily and weekly statistical releases scheduled for today will be released on Tuesday. So all that stuff will come out on Tuesday. Tuesday, we also have a speech by Governor Christopher Waller in the AM, so that may be have some effect on the market, or yeah, on the markets of what they got going on. Looks like the topic is payments. I don't know what payments at the Clearinghouse Annual Conference, New York, New York. And then 1 p.m. we have the CP commercial paper. You know what? This is for next week. I'll look at that next week. For today, we have a discussion by Governor Mitchell Bowman, and then at the University of Mississippi School of Business Banking, commercial paper, selected interest rates, and assets and liabilities. So we'll see where everything wants to go. But right now, um, I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be any decisive moves up or down or left or right today. But I do want to continue to kind of monitor the structures of the market. So today on the NQ, we got a bottom down here of 21,121. We got a higher low up here. And this is why I'm not too big into just going short on something like this, because this is still a higher low in a uptrending environment. So even if it does come down, maybe it comes back down to the structure, but this structure was from back here on Thursday, made a little flat, uh, not really flat, but ascending, I guess it would be ascending flag maybe. Broke out of here, but it was choppy the whole way. Choppy, choppy, choppy. And I'm guessing that's because I say no news, but the interest rates did drop. They are doing the cuts, so we'll see if people get more excited in the market and continue to dump money into the market. And if so, this is going to be bullish next week instead of bearish. So right now, just looking for those bottoms, looking for those peaks and troughs to kind of see where we want to head for next week. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, LICI is the low float mover. It had a gap from 360s all the way up here to 605s, and has found a settling point right on the $5. The news on this one, LICI. It is Lee Cycle Holdings Corp. Common shares. Oh yeah, and I did add to my portfolio another dividend stock. I'll show you guys that after I do this. But let's go to press release and see what kind of news they had. 17 hours ago, Lee Cycle reports third quarter 2024 operational and financial results, including strong revenue growth and lower costs. Lee Cycle closes upsized 475 million loan facility with U.S. Department of Energy to support development of Rochester Hub project. Then 3 days ago, they had a conference call that happened yesterday at 4:30 p.m. So I don't know what happened during that conference call, but maybe they discussed some things that people liked, and got some bullish movement off of 40% up today. Is it too late to play this? I don't know. This is previous news, yesterday and the day before is news coming into Friday. So maybe this will be something to watch on next week. But it's up 40% right now. It's right at the $5 level. That's where a lot of shorts like to attack. But, there could be a short squeeze before a real attack to the downside. So we'll see what happens on that one as well. Gotcha. So we do have a Discord that you can check out. Free to join, no paywalls, none of that. You can jump in there, and it's where we have the discussions after the market go, or after I go off stream, or during times like, I don't know, the weekends or something. Sometime when we're just talking about X, Y, and Z that's happening in the economic environment, right? Um, but yeah, that's what we do all of that. NQ shifting sides, coming on back up, getting people trapped up in here. And this is why I don't like these type of patterns in an uptrend. I want to see a clear structure be built Like one, like, okay, here's a bottom, and I want to see this tested multiple times, more than 2 times, okay? You know, 2, 3 times. So we have this type of structure that's being built right now. Now SOXS is still green on the day, and this was a level that I was looking for it to find some pressure in here around this 20 21 11 to come back and test the old ATR here. So the old ATR here is at 21,206. And if it makes it all the way up here, SOXS will probably not be looking the greatest, but it could be looking pretty good for next week. Now, the other thing is this thing will continue to trade even after, it has a little break, and then opens back up on like Sunday at 5 or something like that. And it could continue to trade up here and then decide to dump. But I want to get some clear points to see where a breakdown could happen. But this isn't saying that this is concrete as a support. Right here, right here, it could come down a little bit lower and still make a higher low here and continue up. There's a lot of things that can happen, but you kind of have to let the candlesticks tell you what's going on. And right now with the interest rate cut, I'm expecting bullish action, but maybe not that much on today, which is why XOXL is red on the day, right? Took a nice little nasty drop off here after being really choppy around this 36, came up to 36.65 and dropped a whole dollar. What I have been trying to do is stick around the and SOXS is taking a little dump right there. What I have been trying to do is stick around things that are green on the day, only trade those green stocks. I did make a mistake on Lyft for sure. And just got, I mean, earnings play. I just don't do earnings plays. I don't. Earnings are not where I really want to attack as a day trade type deal. Oh, the other stock that I was telling you guys about that I added to the portfolio is MYMT. I've been waiting for this thing to show bullishness for so long, and it finally came down here. It made this little bottom at $5, shot up to 614, and came down and made a higher low here at 561. And I entered on yesterday. I was adding into this position right here at 586. Now today it's at 589. I got I got 350 shares in here at 580. Looking for the crossover of $6, and then let it go. Now this one does pay a quarterly dividend, and I'm okay with it coming back down because I do want to add to this position. I'm trying to get about 500 to 1,000 shares of it, but I only got 350 right now at 589. So I'm looking for it to drop back, and retest this level so I can add some more. But for now, I'm just letting it do what it does. It's real estate, but it's more like New York real estate actually. And they have a lot of properties within this fund, and they do pay dividends, a quarterly dividend, and just get those payments every quarter. But I like where it's going, and if they start to manage the or if housing prices do get a nice little drop down with all these economical changes, I'm thinking that it can definitely do well, and that's probably why we're seeing an uptick in this stock. I did a lot of research on it, and I watched this one for probably a month before I really was like, okay, I'm gonna enter. I think when I first saw it, it was back. Let me bring y'all over here. When I first saw this one, it was right in here. So it was like 570 something. And I was like, oh, that looks cool. And it came up and showed a little bit of buying pressure and then fell back down. It fell down here to 513s. I was like, if this thing can hold around, 550s, XYZ, I'm going to be looking to enter. So that's what I did. I entered here and looking for it to return over 6. And if it can't, oh well, I just cut it, 550-ish level. That's 30 cents away on 350 shares. That's not that much. Plus it's paying the dividend. So if I do take that little loss, or if it wants to come back down, I'll just cut it. But the Nasdaq is walking its way back up. Oh, Nasdaq, where you at? We got about 15 minutes to the bell. My portfolio overall is nice and up on the year. Day trading is the risky part, but the portfolio is where it's at, where it comes to just getting paid. Even on days where I'm not trading, or if I do take a loss, like my portfolio is just eating that. So it's pretty cool. Not just market value, not just it gaining, like going from 5 to 6 to 7, but the dividend payouts as well. So I'm getting paid as it's going up, and I don't have to sell my shares to take value out of the market. NQ is, come on now, NQ is coming back up. And this is one of the reasons, if you took this short thinking it was going to have a chance to come down, now you're in a situation where it's like, okay, I'm trapped. What's going to happen here? You have a little top here, but the ATR is all the way back up here at 21,206. So that is a lot of pain to hold through if you're going to continue holding. Let's look back at SOXS. And it is now under the point of control. The point of control is basically the most traded level on the day. There was 700 or 177,000. Whoa, no, that's 1,770,000 shares traded in this level. And then it's going back down towards this level and see what happens as it trades down. But NQ looking quite bullish right now. So we'll see if SOXS can hold. Maybe it'll come down here to 19 flat. That's the next whole dollar level here. Whoops. Got to switch over. Next whole dollar level at 19 flat. And then we also have a level here, but 1919 is a random level. It's not really a whole dollar level or anything like that. But 1925, that's quarter. I don't know. I don't know if that can hold. So we'll just see what it wants to do as the NASDAQ continues to move around, or the E-minis continue to move around. Previous high was 1974. All right, back over to LICI, just going flat, really. And a lot of times you don't like to see this on a Friday. You want to see something just running wild. Now, this may be one of those times where it does a random pop up during the day. It goes flat, and then all of a sudden, boom. And that happens on Fridays. Now, it may not be this one, though. It may be something else, but we definitely see that on Fridays. So don't be surprised if you see one that pops up and it's like 80% during the middle of the day with no reason behind it. All right, right around 12 minutes to go. We'll continue to monitor NASDAQ over here. Came back up to this level, which I think it can push through on today. But then again, this is a lower volume day, so maybe it doesn't even have the energy to push through either side. Maybe it's just going to go flat. Nice little touch back up, though, with a lower high in here of this little level. Actually, let me activate this and put this lower high there. Then we have activate right there. Okay, so kind of seeing what it wants to do and if it wants to continue to make a higher one and get back to this ATR low here. The majority of the trading done on this one was at 21,218 right now, 219. So can it stay below that level? Will it trade up here and just kind of find it? Let me put a bubble out here. I put a bubble. I've been using these bubbles just to see if it'll check a certain area. I put one back down here. Zoom in. Put one back down here, and I was like, all right, let's see what happens if it comes down and tests the bottom of this channel here. And it completely avoided all of that. It was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want the bubble. And it just continued to go higher. So another idea is in here. So what will happen if it comes up and touches this 21,219? Where the majority of the trades have been here. And we'll see if it comes up and just avoids this bubble and wants to come down. Or it may knock up in here and then come down. We'll see. But it's just ideas. You know, you're looking at the market, creating thesis, looking at what news is out, which is the interest rate news, and how that went last time they cut the interest rates. Last time it got very bullish, very bullish. So it could come up here, rip through this, and just keep going up and go back towards highs. And we'll see what kind of catalyst comes out next week and, you know, into the future that will make that happen or support that idea. All right. LICY. LICY is looking like it's drying up in volume though. The volume is slowing down in comparison to everything else that's moving. I see XOXS is getting trades. DJT, Donald Trump stock, is getting trades. SMCI had a huge fall off, but had a little bit of a recovery bounce. But no news on that one that it's actually making money and actually worth going back up. But it has 4 million shares traded. Most of the volume is on things that are red today, though. So Nvidia 9 million, SOXL 7 million, and so that isn't a good sign for anybody that's trying to go long on any of these today. Now, one thing that surprised me about the small cap today is the Direction Daily Small Cap Bear ETF is up. So stocks that are looking for small caps to go down is up, which is kind of like, is this a day to mess with something like LICY with all of these this ETF up? This ETF holds, and let's go look at what it holds. TZA. Let's go look what their holdings. So we're over here at Yahoo Finance, TZA, Direction Daily Small Cap. We got 8 minutes to the bell. And let's go to holdings. Okay, stocks, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's see what you got in here. Where's your holdings? My portfolio, no, that's not it. Where are your holdings? Get quotes for top holdings. So FT, so it's got 37% in FTIXX, which is Goldman Sachs. Okay, what are your top holdings? Is that it? No way. That's 37. I guess that's the biggest holding they got in this one. Let's go look up that up. FTIXX and see what's in this Goldman Sachs trust. Track. It's just holding at $1, huh? Must be a. It looks like a bond, but it's a trust. Okay, Goldman Sachs Trust, Goldman Sachs Financial Square Treasury Instruments Fund. This markets, my portfolios. I'm just not seeing a whole lot of information here. Let's jump over to here. TZA. Historical, blah, blah, blah. I want to know what all you're holding within you. So basically this thing does 3x of a particular ticker or 3x of whatever the market is doing. So the market's moving down, it wants to do 3x. And it should be cheap, pretty cheap too. It's $10.79. So yeah, you can buy a whole lot more than what you could of the actual NQ right now. NQ is expensive. I mean, maybe if you're playing options. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, so this one has the holdings. TZA holdings. We got the derivatives offset. We have the Russell 2000 small swap. We have the Russell 2000 index small swap. Dreyfus government cash main insurance. Rush 2000 small swap. So yeah, all of these are tied into those small caps. Okay. I don't like that. I don't like the look of that. Interesting. Okay, so 13% is cash and cash equivalents. 87% is other. So 87% distributed in these other ones. Wow, the NQ is eating them up today. Coming on back up. Coming on back up. Can it get this up here? And maybe even test this point here. SOXS back under 3%, looking downward. Less than 5 minutes to the bell. You guys are seeing anything else that's getting some heat on today, definitely drop it in the chat so we can look into that. We want to have eyes on everything, man. Eyes on everything. And I know your scanners may be different from mine. My scanner is different from yours. So I'm like, hey, if you see something I'm not seeing, definitely let's see. Let's go check it out. Yeah, I really think it could get on up back across here with the way it's moving. And to take out this whole candle right here would be a lot of work to break down this to 21,005. Let me see, what is this right here? To break this down at this point would be a whole lot of work. We see the volume coming in. So it traded around here. Now bigger volume is coming in. You can see the blue overtaking. It's kind of growing in here. So let's see what they got. Less than 2 minutes. More volume pouring in here. And like I said over here on XOXS, this is what I was saying. It could come down here and touch this 19 flat before it ends up trying to do anything back up to the upside. And it looks like it wants to head down there anyway. That was the previous point of control from yesterday. Majority of the trades happened around that 19. So it could want to come back and touch that. We have about 40 seconds to the open. Jump back over. LICY Dove, or not Dove, but going under the $5 back down here to this 485 level, up 36%, but the volume is just not there. It's kind of falling behind in the volume. All right, SOXS and NQ is where I'm gonna start looking. NQ piling on up. Ten seconds left to the open. Wow. Pushing on up there. Can it go ahead and break back over this this little high level there? There's the open. Wow, wow, wow. Almost to the ATR high there. I mean, ATR low there. Let's see if it can actually get the touch. Come on, pump up there. Go touch my bubble. That did not sound good, but yeah, there's a bubble there that I needed to get up there. Look at there. Wow. So that means SOXS diving towards 19. Look at this. ATR high up here, 1907 on this one. ATR low is, ATR low is 1907. ATR high is 1933. We can see there's the point of control up there, and NQ absolutely ripping back up there towards the towards that ATR low, getting that touch. So I guarantee you there are a lot of people trapped, and now it's in my bubble. The majority of the shares traded is now above. It actually drug it down. It's trading above those majority shares that were trading around this level here. But yeah, getting that touch on the ATR low there. But super bullish. Wow. And now XOXX. Oh, I forgot to restart my system to make sure to see if I see anything else. So I'm gonna restart real quick. Come on, baby. Shut it down. And I do this because TOS is a free platform, but it updates every 15 minutes, and I don't want to wait 15 minutes to get updated scans and stuff. So I just restart it, and it literally restarts the clock. So I log back in, and it's almost just like cutting through that whole process. Come on, baby. We just had your own. All right, there we go. Let's see what we can see here. Okay. Let's see anything new popping up. So we got NCL up 180%. We have TIVC up 85%. We have DEVS up 60%. These are all the cheaper stocks. We can see SOXS went down below, wow, down below 19, 1892 falling to the earth. Wow, wow, wow. And NQ looking super bullish. It's about to pull a red to green move. It came all the way into the bubble we put out. And yeah, I would not be shorting this right now. Look at this move. Oh boy. And then on a Friday too, it could just come up here and just sit in here. Just sit flat. Through one ATR. Let's see if it touches the high ATR high up here. Yeah. So SOXS and SOXL right now, I can't do either one of those because they're just flipping sides. Green, red, green, red, green, red. So yeah, that's danger right there. Let's look at some of these small caps that are moving. NCL is up 173, 73%. Has an ATR high of 69 and an ATR low of 57. Has 116 million shares traded on it. Next one is TIVC with 94 million shares traded on it. ATR high is 51, 52 cents, and then ATR low is 32. Not 32, 39. And they're right here on the screen. I'm just reading what's on the screen. I just can't see. No, I'm playing. But it's going towards ATR high there at 50 cents. We have DEVS that is upset. Ooh, this thing got killed, didn't it? Went up to $9 during pre-market and fell all the way back down to 1, so that doesn't look good. So I'm guessing most of the trades are happening on TIVC and NCL right now. Let's see, SMCI, not too interesting. So really on the scans, everything that's interesting is on the small cap gappers, and it is below, sub dollars. And then we have one that doesn't look good at all. It went to $9 and fell back down to 1. So definitely looks like a nightmare on that one. So we know where the focus is on in the market at least, right? And these will have to either fall or they'll be the main traders on today. And I'll put these over here so I can remember that that's where the volume is today. And these just don't even look, these don't even look good. Look, up 2%, up 1%. There's no excitement there in these higher ones, these higher price stocks today. Coming back over to TIVC, breaking through the ATR high, had a level up here that it touched at the 57. And then let's jump up. Oh, well, both of these are over 100% now. Both of them around 55 cents. So which one is going to take the cake? And let's go and look at the reasoning behind these as well. So let's start with the highest mover, NCL, which, wow, is that? Yeah, it came down. Let's start with this one since it's down. NCL. See what kind of news, or has the company put out any news on this one? Last news was August 5th. Trash. Okay. Let's see. TVC, you got any news for us today? Or any recent news? It does. A day ago, it says TVIC Health Systems Inc. to report third quarter 2024 financial results on November 14th. So that is coming up here in next Thursday. I did not mean to click that. Okay. And then see, this one has more recent news. So it's probably gonna get more heat because it's got that recent news, but we'll have to see. NCL is the one that does not. I mean, last news on August 5th, so it's getting demolished right now. But TIVC up here holding the ATR highs here, 55 cents up here. And it moved from 42 cents. So pretty nice move there. And the NQ continues to hold up. And this is what I'm looking at across the board on the NQ, QQQ, and the SPY. So we're seeing NQ super bullish, SPY over the ATR high. QQQ's over the ATR high, SPY over the ATR high. This is too bullish to be trying to short. All three of these are looking this bullish. It's like, nah, bruh. I'm not trying to get cooked on a Friday. And XOXL came up. It is above the ATR highs as well. And these are the wicks that I was talking about we see on Fridays a lot. They're starting. So there's one wick. Then we go to SOXS. We can see it went down to 19. Still holding green on the day, but at this point, it's just it's too bullish to play against these NQ and the QQQs. They can definitely jump up higher. So not trying to play with life right there. Let's look at SMCI. I mean, finding some difficulties, only up 2%. Back over to TIVC though. Coming back down to the ATR, and these are the wicks. These are the Friday wicks we see. A lot of indecision. People don't know whether to buy, whether to sell, and these things happen. NCL, not really doing much at all. Devs, still sitting down there by its lonesome. Tesla ripping. Tesla ripped with the NQ from 300 up here to 304. Up 2% on the day, 14 million shares traded. Tesla looking like it's going to end up being the leader on today if SMCI ends up pooping out. But these two are both up 2%. So not a whole lot of excitement, but Tesla definitely getting some movement based on the SPY. Now, NQ and SPY are coming back down. Let's see what this looks like. It pulled back kind of hard, back to the red. Touched my bubble. Got all the way through the bubble and finding a little bit of resistance up here where this level was at first, this point of control. A lot of volume in here. And so now we're seeing, okay, well, what happens when this candle closes, and can it actually break down back under the ATR low that it cracked here and start showing some bearishness? If it does, SOXS could be, well, we're seeing it. SOXS is bouncing up a little bit, but still has not broken out any highs, and could, I mean, next week it could, maybe. It could do it today, but it's going to take a lot of volume to push it all the way back up here to the 1944s. We could see a break of this next week after the trading of, aftermarket and all of that. So we got a little zone here to see if it can come back up here to this 1944. But yeah, a lot of work to be done there. And NQ has not given up yet. It's kind of just sitting here, right? It's almost break even. It's just flipping sides, green to red, red to green. Anyway, I don't see anything that I'm going to be trading today. I think we pointed out everything that we are looking at or could be looking at today. Where the volume is over here on the scans, we can see 135 million shares on TIVC. It is the leading mover right now. Continuing up, went from 55 cents up to 62 cents. It has the most recent news, even though that news isn't the greatest. But yeah, I'm about to get out of here and go make some money doing something else. And oh, let me go check my end. Well, I'm not gonna check them. That's the dividends. I don't need to check that. Anyway, I'm about to jump off. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. I'll be back on Monday morning. What? Not Monday morning. Monday morning is Veterans Day. I'll be back on Wednesday. But I'll update and kind of put messaging into the Discord. I'll still be watching things on today, but I'm not gonna spend too much time. I got other things to do. But appreciate you guys for tuning in. And as always, keep your head on the swivel. You're gonna be trading on a Friday. We've already seen the Friday wicks coming into play, and I don't know what the random popper is gonna be if a random popper comes up, because TIVC has so much volume right now. So yeah, just be careful. Have a great weekend. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.